Okay, well, let's talk value versus price. And I'm going to lead with what we've got on screen here, which is from Dan Kennedy. It says, there's no strategic benefit to being the second cheapest in the marketplace, but there is for being the most expensive. Sounds counterintuitive. Let me explain. And I'm going to go on to explain this now for you, because I think this is really important, because it's a difficult one for some people to get their head around just because of the nature of the language that's used there. It sounds quite random. So I'm going to explain this, and I will use an analogy. Simple bottle of water. Now, if I asked you to give me $1 for it, you'd probably go, yeah, that's fair. That's a fair price. I'll give you $1 for your bottle of water. What if I said $5? Some people would be like, ooh, it's a bit expensive just for water. Can get that out of the tap. What if I said $1,000? Every single person will be saying no. What if I say $10,000? Absolutely not even worth thinking about. But this is where I want to explain to you the difference between price and value. If you were in the middle of the Sahara Desert, you had no water for 3 days, you thought you were going to die at any point in the next few hours, and someone said, I've got a gallon of water here, you can have it. It's yours for $10,000. Would that be a good value exchange? Would that be good value for you to pay that $10,000 for a bottle of water that you could ordinarily get out the tap in less than a minute? Of course it would. That's the difference between price and value. Price is just a number. Value is what you get for that number. And if it's good value, then you've got more value versus the price. And if it's poor value, it costs way more than what you're actually getting out of it. So why does that matter, and how do we actually look at this? So I'm going to use an example here, and it's from Russell Brunson. If you're not familiar with who Russell Brunson is, yeah, he's a marketer, and I don't know what's the easiest way to describe this, but he's he's a bit of a ninja when it comes to marketing, and some of the stuff that he uses in terms of how he gets people to buy, it's actually quite magical when you look at it on the surface. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you one of the things that he did. This was at Grant Cardone's 10X conference about 3 years ago, I think it was. And he was pitching his product, which is ClickFunnels. And to oversimplify it, ClickFunnels is basically a website builder. Now, he said to people, I'm going to charge you $11,552 for this. And he goes through his whole pitch. Now, obviously, $11,552 just for a website builder is pretty extreme, and pretty much nobody's going to do that. So what he does is he builds. And he said, okay, it's going to cost that amount of money, but here's what you're going to be able to get rid of to save you money. So you're going to get rid of like your landing page software, email autoresponders, automated webinars, all these kind of things that are listed there. So now the value is getting bigger. He's not reduced the price any. He's just saying, for the same amount of money, I'm giving you more. He then continues. Oh, that's the one we've already spoken about. It then says you'll get Funnel Script software, which basically writes all of your advertising copy for you, so that whether that's emails, whether it's webinars, whether it's ads, whether it's long sales letters, whether it's video sales letters, everything, it will do that for you. So you don't have to pay for a copywriter. Interesting. The value's getting more and more. It will also give you a six week course all about Funnel Hacks Masterclass, where it shows you all these different sales funnels that you can use to utilize in your business. So like opt-in funnels, sales funnels, webinars, membership. I think he's got about 25 different funnels, and he'll train you how to do all those. You get that as well for the $11,552. So the price is not quite as bad anymore. Let me just play this. This was meant to see where this goes. This clip should display something else. And what he does is he basically goes on. Oh yeah, so then he demonstrates that based on what he does and builds funnels for people, he charges $250,000 plus 10% of any of the revenue for the first year for his funnels. And he's basically saying this software will allow you to do that without having to pay me $250,000. So you can see why at $11,552, this is great. So he said outside the event, it sells for $6,000. But because I want you to succeed in the next 12 months, and it then starts to stack even more value. Said you're going to get it today for $2,000 $997 after he stacked all this value on. Other things that he adds in, if all this did was made you profitable, and for that he's basically saying if you put $1 in and you got $2 out, would it be worth it? Yes. If it helped you share your message with more people, would it be worth it? Yes. Would it give you the ability to cancel all of the monthly tools that you're currently using to save you a small fortune? Would it be worth it? Yes. So he's building more and more value. He's talking about one of his websites that he built. It cost him $29,000, but that made him almost $18,000 per day. If all it did was one website like that, would it be worth it? Yes. More value. But what he's saying is, not only do you get ClickFunnels, you're actually getting it free if you buy today. So you're getting more value, you're getting something free. You get a 30-day guarantee. Again, more value. And then he jumps on it even more. I said, not ordinarily we limit the amount that we give you, but because I want you to succeed, I'm going to give you unlimited amount of funnels, so you can build 20,000 funnels if you want. You can have 20 million people every single month visiting your funnel. How much is that worth? Absolutely priceless. So he's putting more and more and more and more and more value. And then obviously it does the pitch and he says, here's what you're getting. The value would be 11,500, but for today, I'm going to give you it for 3,000. That is the difference between value and price. If I was to say it was $3,000 for a website builder, you would say no. Once you see everything else that you get with it and what it allows you to do, it's now value-based. So there's no point him being the second most cheapest in the market because he's not going to get anywhere. So he's went the opposite way and went the most expensive by giving all these other things. So he's adding value, not reducing his price. And that is your bottle of water. It's only $1, but if you're in the middle of the desert and you're about to die, someone gives you a gallon of water for $10,000, you're going to pay it because the value is worth it. And that's what you need to do with all of your marketing, everything that you've got. Try not to reduce price because then you're competing on a commodity basis that someone else will undercut and then you lose the business. Don't raise your prices, raise your value, give more for the same amount of money. Ideally, things that you can do once, but use over and over and over and over again. Hopefully that makes sense. Again, if you get any questions, any thoughts, anything you want to find out about this or dig deeper on it, let me know and we'll go through it.